Welcome to another Send Lawyers to Hell video. This is Blood Reactor by Fruit of the Doom, which is a fantastic name, by the way. I'm just tabbing over just now to read the storyline, where you've infiltrated a blood reactor, which is an energy fusion power plant fueled by blood instead of nuclear fusion in Hell, and you need to shut it down to hinder Hell's energy resources and then to escape out through the sewage system of the reactor. Sounds like a barrel of laughs. And I believe that this is Fruit of the Doom's first map, apart from a couple of tutorial ones that he did, so I'm excited to see what happens. Alright, so we have a tech base, which is good. I like those. A bit plain so far, but we'll see how it opens up. Oh wow, okay. So already we're fusing the Hell textures with the tech textures. And we've got plasma gun. Okay, so that was a quite rapid escalation of our firepower. Excuse me while I deal with these. Any minute now. Alright. Okay, so, yeah, there's this sort of hellish cutaway of the tech base there. And this would be probably the sewage system he's talking about. And it doesn't hurt me, that's good. I always have trouble with the water and water-like substances in Doom due to being colourblind. And honestly due to the fact that there's no obligation to make them have the effect that you expect anyway. Whoop. I should possibly be using something less powerful. Because I want to save that in case someone's stuck a cyber demon in anywhere. So this is nice and moody, isn't it? You've got this dark area that's in contrast to the bright and more open space that you had before. Okay, so there's a red door, I think. And the door has the correct lock on it and agrees with the decoration around it, which is nice. So is this where I came in? Yes, okay. Alright, so I'll go back there once I have a red key. Oh, look at that. Oh. Okay, look at that now. That's a nice use of light, isn't it? With the tech pillars in front of the lit sectors. And a window to see into another part of the level. Let's try shooting. No, nobody woke up. There we go. I see a Revenant doing his best but failing to hide behind that cubicle wall. He's set to ambush. He doesn't want to come out just by hearing me. Alright. So yeah, presumably, yeah, these doors, yeah, you can't open those. So usually at this moment I talk about how it's annoying when you can't open a door inexplicably, and I prefer to use non-door-like textures for doors that are opened by switches, but honestly, Doom is so inconsistent at this point because everyone does them differently that there's no telling what you can do. So maybe this is internally consistent within the WOD, and that's fine. I'm just going to lead him round like a Scooby-Doo chase. Oh, nice little ante-room there. Okay. And that opens up a staircase. And we're in a warehouse. Great. Always check to see whether you can go back. Oh, Cacodemon, alright. Just run straight into that for you. Okay. There's more monsters around this corner. Whoops! Whew. That could have been nasty. Well, that looks like something to open, but it's not, Whoa! Okay. Don't know why my computer struggles so much with loading the "you have found a secret" sound. Oh god, there's a pain elemental there. Yeah, invisibility might actually be good here for Lost Souls. It's quite rare that it's actually an advantage to you, but if they can't really see you and they end up charging off into the distance, that's going to be all good as far as I'm concerned. Oh, there we go. So that was a nice little trap, actually. Just putting the player in a place that they can't get out from the way they came in. Just this surprise opening of a door. So that was great. Uh-oh. Ah, he came through. I was waiting for him to fire and get the demon from behind, therefore neutralizing his rocket. But it didn't happen. Okay. Let's have a save here, I think. Ugh. Chain gunners wreck your day. This is looking very similar to an encounter that I had a few moments ago. Have I mentioned I'd love to do a Team Hatterful WOD sometime? Just get everyone to pitch and do a level. It doesn't have to be a violent one, could be puzzle based if you like. I'd love to do a little community project like that. Alright, that was a bit of a duff secret, wasn't it? Just putting a secret on a tile there. Well, they can't all be winners. Okay, so what's up here? Oh, nothing really. Or maybe did I reduce? Sorry, did I pull that into the ground or something by switching a switch elsewhere, and I would have normally been able to get up to it? I'm not really sure. There's a backpack up there. Oh, what's that done? I was hoping it would drop that backpack down to me, but its effect seems to have been much worse. Whoop. Yeah, so blood in this map does hurt you. One of the other frequent complaints that I have, that nobody can agree on how to use it. Yeah, at the first glance, this map looked like it was going to be really plain, but I can definitely see Fruit of the Doom getting more confident with doing these mixing and matching textures and more interesting shaped rooms as the map goes on. I would say that it's still quite flat. There's not a lot of height variation here, but who knows? It might get more adventurous as it goes on. Right. I like this, the borders on the door. Another thing that I usually bring up is that you can make doors not disappear into the ceiling by having a thin sector in front of them so that they've got a border on the top. But I recently realised that I didn't do that in my little tutorial that I put together for beginners map making. So sometimes that looks absolutely fine, as it turns out. Alright, got that chainsaw. Although I'm not going to be in as dire need of it as I was in my last great adventure. Let's see, have I cleared out? I think I've cleared out the possibilities here. I like this kind of launch pad arrangement to jump across there, by the way. Let's continue. Oh, it's dark. This is a favourite trick from, I think, the original iWads, that you'd put these bands of dark and light to have these places where monsters can hide and be silhouetted. It's a nice technique. At some point I am going to remember to turn dynamic lights back on, because it's not a stylistic choice that I turn them off. I'm not all that much of a vanilla purist, but I just like the look of them. Oh yeah, So it's definitely challenging to fight monsters in these alternating light and dark areas. Just going by sound sometimes. There's a berserk to fill me up, and there's a backpack just given out. Alright. What now? We're in another locale here, this sort of wooden stone death hell area. Oh, great. Let me deal with you from a distance. Oh, he's hiding. There we go, alright. Also, open the door with no arms or legs, just by bashing its forehead against it. It doesn't really have a forehead either, honestly. Oh, this is interesting, isn't it? There's this broken rock that you can't get to directly, but you have to sort of jump down onto. And there's another blood fountain. Okay, Hell Knight. Alright, we're heading deeper and deeper here, I think. Were we finding a blood reactor or something? Oh. Spectres and dark, a deadly combination. I heard that. There he is. It's like a spectre detector. Just hold it down, and if you hear demonic screams, you know you found one. Okay, is that them all? No, I heard another one. I'm assuming something bad's gonna happen when I grab that. Nothing's gonna happen when I grab that. Oh, that's a door. Oh, bloody hell. Where are you? Alright. Fortunately, he was placed in a way that didn't allow him to do much damage. If I'd killed the spectres a lot closer to here, he might have been more dangerous. Or there'd been some corpses or something. Wow, that's a nasty trap. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here's that room we saw earlier. That's a nice returning of a previous area. Let's get rid of the pain elementals first. Rocket. More rockets. That's not a switch, even though it looks like one. That is a switch, and it does look like one, even more so. And then we have the door to before. Okay. That's nice, because I was worried all through here that this is a really linear map, and I'm going to have to trudge all the way back once I finally get to the end of this gauntlet. But you solved that very nicely by leading me in this loop that I didn't know I was going in. Yeah, there's the green tech room with the pods with the lost souls in them, and here's the spider room, and here's the dark room that's scary and I don't like. Yeah, so it's a big loop, this. And in the end, we reach... That's a vicious lava trap there, by the way. It's kind of not nice to have the player have to stand there and open the door and have nothing to protect them from the lava. Oh, sorry, I stepped on a hot bit there as well. Nice lines in the ground here, by the way. I didn't realise that before, but that's a really intricate pattern. And it's more difficult to do using a sector architecture than it seems. Because as soon as you draw lines on the floor, you've split everything up, and then you've got to deal with multiple ceilings and things. Okay, so... Yeah, you see, there's a massive contrast between how plain this room is and how adventurous they get later on. Let's look at that red door. Okay, so this. So that would have been the blood reactor. Now we're on our final run to the exit. Whoops. Who did that? If it doesn't already exist, I want to see Doom CAD with some interesting programmatic assistance and a hybrid interface with an interactive scheme or something. That'd be interesting. It's been a while since I did woodworking classes in secondary school with Mr. Fraser, who was the most terrifying man who ever lived. You have not. That was the first time our young minds knew true horror. But I suppose that in if you have to deal with 12-year-olds operating heavy machinery, you have to get a bit grumpy and make sure they're terrified of you so that they don't do anything they're not supposed to. But yeah, I think that was the last time I used anything that was remotely adjacent to AutoCAD. Alright, and we've got more patenting on the floor, that's great. Oh, that's not so great. Running out of ammunition as well. I've fallen victim to John Romero's theory there that everyone dodges right when they see a Mancubus. And even after 20 years, 25 years, it's still what I do. There's the exit. Oh, I hear a spider mastermind. That's nice, isn't it? I wonder if I should go back and get some more ammunition, actually. Anything here? There's a box of shells there, but I don't know how to get it. Oh, I do. There, and there, and there. And across? No. So let's poultry. The number of cells, not shells, cells, is all I'm going to work with. We'll see. He's just out for a stroll. Ah, okay, so I'm supposed to find my own ammunition for this. That's right, okay. That's actually okay if you're starving the player of ammunition deliberately so that they have to rely on getting it in the final arena. I do want some of this. Well, Ms. Spider Mastermind is distracted. Alright, and then we can just kind of finish her off. I don't think they're going to do much damage to it, if I'm being honest. Alright, now it's my turn. There we go. Not a bad little arena at the end. Using the Doom 2, using the original Doom bosses is kind of old-fashioned by now, but oh, sorry, I forgot about you. All right. It's kind of old-fashioned, and by now you know that you can hide behind pillars and you can just poke out and you can get them that way. But it wasn't a cyber demon, and that makes it slightly original in itself. I'm just going back now to see if there are any secrets I failed to discover, because and just provide some more commentary on the map architecture. I really like the use of lights and darks here, and especially in that area that I went through before. It is a bit of a long corridor with nothing else happening in terms of changes of direction, which can make it boring to run through. I like the nooks and crannies here that monsters can hide in. The map is very linear. Not tragically linear than Spider Dance, thank you. Not tragically linear like I thought it was going to be when I was sent down that big path at the start, but there's a lot going on and you don't have a lot of choice of your path, and it would be great to see more side areas like the one with the Lost Souls and Pain Elemental in it. I think that could really spruce it up. I've got 3 out of 6 secrets, and leaving several monsters alive, which kind of surprises me because I thought I was being quite thorough. I'm not going to stay in here until I find all the secrets. I'm just giving a cursory glance over. I think about this area, this is good with all the different mix and match textures. This part is where it really starts getting good, I think, with the lights up there and the different computer banks and the varied walls. I like that a lot. And then, of course, we've got the dark area, which is good. Again, it doesn't really change much for a while. It goes on a bit long in the same kind of style. And by this point, yeah, you've got more height changes here. You're using stairs more, and that makes it look a lot more dynamic and a lot more interesting. And yeah, this I just want to comment on again because you've got to leap over, leap back, and there's not really a way to avoid getting hurt there. You could put a biosuit in the secret. It's very possible that there is a biosuit in the secret, and I've just haven't picked it up. And yeah, it's nice that you put the player right back to the start of this loop so that they can go on. Something you can do, it's very easy if you're using GZ Doom Builder, is to just select all these walls, hit A or Control and A, and they'll just align all for you, because then you'll avoid these repeated kind of starts of textures. Yeah, and I think the biggest thing I can say about this map is just try to spruce up your starting area a bit. You could have these computers around the walls or in the middle like you do in your later rooms, because if you start the player staring at something very grey and very drab, then they're likely to be put off venturing out of the starting room. But no, overall I think your map design is visibly evolving just in this map as you play through it, so that's fantastic. Alright, so that's another map done. And it was called Blood Reactor by Fruit of the Doom. You can get it on Doom World. I'm playing all these maps to raise money for races, for helping children and other migrants to get out of the border camps of the south of the US. So if you have a look at Send Lawyers to Hell on Twitter, or just look at the video that I'll link in the description, you can see why I'm doing this, and how to donate and to suggest maps. So let's do another one.